We interrupt this program to bring you an important Wayfair message. Wayfair's got style tips for every home. This is Styles McKenzie helping you make those rooms sing. Today's style tip. When it comes to making a statement, treat bold patterns like neutrals. Go wild, like an untamed animal print area rug under a rustic farmhouse table from Wayfair.com. Arr, fierce. This has been your Wayfair style tip to keep those interiors superior.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Northbound, welcome back. You know, a couple episodes ago, I brought up this phrase that was, well, maybe it's used at your workplace. It was used at mine, and it was FaceTime, and it would make me sick. The last thing I wanted somebody to say was that I needed to get FaceTime. And what that means, if you haven't heard that before, the FaceTime is, hey, and a lot of leaders think that this is really important. You know, managers, and they think that they need to get you FaceTime, and they call it that. And they'll say like, hey, I want to put you up and give you time with, I don't know, some executive up higher level. Maybe it's working on a project. Maybe it's, I don't know, driving them to a restaurant for a business meeting. Maybe it's, well, whatever it is, they want to get you FaceTime. And I hate that. I hate those words. And it makes me sick and it makes me feel dirty. And I'm not interested in FaceTime. I don't want FaceTime. But sometimes maybe I can affect change by having an audience with an executive leader. Maybe there's a project that I could have an impact on at that level. I want to do that. I remember one time, and my boss says, Chris, you're going to drive this guy across town or whatever. Okay. And he was a big executive level commander in the military, and I'm going to drive this guy, and that's going to get me FaceTime. That's what my boss is saying. I said, I don't want that. I don't want to do that. He goes, no, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. You need to do it. I said, okay. Well, I think I asked, well, do I have a choice? The answer was no, you don't have a choice. Okay, fine, cool. So I'm doing it. And I did have some concerns that I brought up with this executive level leader. And I was real honest with him, and I was telling him some of the ways that we were mistreating people and maybe taking advantage of them, not only their time, but taking advantage of them in several different ways. And I'm not going to go into details on that, but I had some concerns. And so I wanted to bring those to his attention. And his response is something that I'll never forget, because he said, well, Chris, you have to understand something. At my level, we're all a bunch of assholes. Okay, well, I was a little more ornery back then. So I thought in my head, yeah, tell me something I don't know. So I went back to the office and I thought a lot about that. It's like, what does he mean? What does that mean? And then I told my boss, and he laughed. And what that means is that if I want to take care of my people, I have to communicate it up the chain a certain way. So as it goes up the chain, it's less and less about the people, and it's more about the numbers. What's the impact to the force? What's the impact to your organization as a whole? And it is very, very important that lower level leadership can accurately portray the problems your people face up the chain so that higher level executives understand the impact. And so if you can take that and convert it into language they understand, which in many cases is numbers, then you can sometimes affect change for your people. And that was a day where I learned that getting that FaceTime is a good thing. It's an opportunity to defend and support the people you lead. However, we don't ever have to call it FaceTime. And that's the thing. Those words need to never be in your vocabulary. And here's how you do it instead. Don't force visibility like that. Don't create artificial FaceTime. That's going to be awkward, transactional, and unproductive. So what you want to do is showcase your people's abilities naturally. You want to encourage them and create opportunities for them to demonstrate their skills and value through work, projects, and outcomes. And maybe even giving them that opportunity to communicate their challenges up the chain. And then always focus on results and competence rather than constant physical presence or attention seeking. Remember that by calling it FaceTime, if somebody volunteers for that, they're probably the person you don't want to put up there, because you don't want the person who loves FaceTime to get FaceTime. Those people are disgusting. We're not looking for FaceTime. We're looking for results. We're looking for an opportunity to support our organization better, support our people better, to lead better. Giving people autonomy and real responsibility allows them to shine without any FaceTime. That's empowerment. Here's some actionable advice for leaders. Step away from the superficial FaceTime idea and concept. Delegate high-impact projects. Recognize those contributions in front of peers and leadership naturally, and then encourage proactive reporting rather than just micromanagement. All right. Thanks, everyone. If you're enjoying this podcast, please comment, leave 5 stars, and then please come join our community. We have a community online, Northbound Approach. I'll put the link in the description. But that community is where you can learn more about all these things we're talking about. There are courses and classes and chats and video calls, and you can be a part of it. And Northbound Approach is free. From there, if you want to go on and enroll in some of our higher level opportunities, you're more than welcome to do so. But you can also just come for free and chat and follow along with what Northbound is doing. Okay. Thanks, everybody. It's been a pleasure. See ya. You just listened to another episode from the Northbound podcast. Thank you for tuning in today. I hope you were encouraged and empowered in leadership. Go lead boldly and humbly. And remember our vision. Elevate your team through Christ-centered leadership. If you want to be a part of our community, just go to go-northbound.com and follow the link and come join us. Follow along with courses and live streams and chats, and maybe even join us for an adventure. We'd love to have you. All of those links are in the description below. Thank you again for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. See ya.